Today on eNEWS, Lethbridge College celebrates a new place to play. Post-secondary student exodus, how Lethbridge landlords deal with spring and summer vacancies. And Back to the Future, how Lethbridge College rolls out the welcome mat for those seeking life and career change.
Welcome to eNEWS. I'm Alex Groger.
And I'm David Sellis, and here's today's top story. Lethbridge College is bringing back the basics with the demolition and construction of a new outdoor play space. The college is renovating the playground in support of the recent research around children's social, mental, and physical development. December Bridges has more.
The hands-on Early Learning Center ceremonially broke ground in honor of the college taking the first steps to change the way children learn. This follows extensive research that brought faculty members to Scotland, a conference for industry professionals, and the college's first pop-up loose parts playground.
These renovations will position us to be a leader in Canada with the only certified outdoor play space for teaching, learning, and applied research.
The college has previously removed all plastic toys and planned to introduce objects like sticks, tires, tree rings, large rocks, and hay bales. This is meant to give children the opportunity to explore and create in a natural environment. Early childhood education faculty member Bora Kim says that there's a need for insight as to how childhood play impacts future experiences and attitudes as people grow into adults.
By engaging in natural play environments, children are able to challenge their skills, they're developing their knowledge, and they're testing their ideas.
Construction for this project will begin as soon as the snow melts and will continue on throughout June. The outdoor play space will be available to the campus daycare in July. For eNEWS, I'm December Burgess.
The Alberta government has recently created an early learning and childcare curriculum which emphasizes learning through experience. The campus daycare will play in this space daily. Instructors will record the children's experiences and use the data for applied research.
It's an annual rite of spring for Lethbridge landlords. In addition to workforce renters, demand for accommodation also comes from students attending Lethbridge's two post-secondary institutions during the school year. Enrollment at both the University of Lethbridge and Lethbridge College has been increasing over the last few years. On-campus student housing is available for some. However, many students prefer to live off-campus, placing a strain on the rental market. But what happens to the vacancy rate when the academic year ends? Stephanie Savage is standing by to explore this issue further. Steph?
As the college and university continue to increase enrollment, the housing market is feeling the pressure. Together, the institutions host approximately 13,000 students on a yearly basis, many of whom choose to live in off-campus rentals. For some Lethbridge landlords, students moving at the end of every year was difficult to deal with, and they were forced to create alternative arrangements.
The summer was hard. Obviously, school finishes and they go home, so it really didn't make sense to do a lease. We just did a month-to-month.
Graduating Lethbridge College criminal justice student Scott Sigfusson has lived in Lethbridge through his two-year college program. He says one struggle for students entering the rental market is the time commitment.
A lot of them were looking for at least like a year lease, and that was kind of like that was a deal breaker for me. I didn't really want to commit to staying here during the summer when I had opportunities back home.
With summer just around the corner, the pressure will be on landlords to find renters to fill the vacancies for the summer months before students return to classes this fall. Students who choose to leave the Lethbridge community say they often do so because they have prior life commitments in other cities.
My family and friends are just all back there. I was doing a bunch of traveling too, so it didn't really make much sense for me to stay here and pay rent.
For those students wishing to avoid the complications of living off campus, both the University of Lethbridge and Lethbridge College have residence halls that can accommodate more than 500 students.
Steph, what can someone looking to move into the Lethbridge market expect to see for an average rental price?
Well, according to the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, people can expect to spend about $898 if they live in off-campus rentals. Students who decide to live on campus save a little bit, and their average price is about $700 a month.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Finding new ways to intrigue new students, Lethbridge College has decided to rebrand after a decade with the campaign Welcome to Your Future. The college is looking to improve the way that it's represented towards its future and current students, as well as prospective employees. Lethbridge College believes it's the perfect time to freshen up the brand.
It's about time that we take a look at the way that we're talking about Lethbridge College to our students and to the community. And the time is good right now.
The college is now going through the development phase of its future campaign and hopes to see it implemented for the fall semester of 2019.
Students in the Interior Design Technology program have completed the first step in having one of their designs chosen by a Lethbridge home builder. These students worked hard throughout the semester to create a design that could be chosen to be implemented in a future Ashcroft-built home. The winning design will be chosen during the program's Surrender Showcase event on April 25th. Instructor Sherry Reitzel says there is a mix of excitement and nerves heading into the event.
Students are very nervous. I'm very excited and nervous, but we're kind of running it like X Factor. We have the judges at the front watching them and taking lots of great notes. The students have done a lot of great work from floor plans to exterior elevations. It's pretty exciting.
The winners of the event will have the opportunity to serve as interns while the home is being built.
In this week's edition of Campus Horizons, our own December Burgess sat down with Lethbridge College Students Association President Arthur Torres to talk about the year that was and how he felt the year unfolded during his term.
Hello and welcome to Campus Horizons. I'm December Burgess and we're going to talk today to Arthur Torres, the president of the LCSA. Arthur, how do you think your year with the LCSA has gone so far?
It's been great. I have nothing to complain.
Nothing to complain. And what kind of changes have you made as the president this year?
Not big changes, but we've had in the beginning of the year the master plan that would change, that would reallocate our bus terminal. So we stood against the transit master plan and we changed their mind. So keeping our bus terminal what is good for our students.
And the LCSA has a lot of things that the students don't know that they do behind the scenes. What kind of things do they do that students might not know about?
Our doors are always open. There is nothing behind the scenes. There is nothing hidden. We are in the center of the college, so all the students are welcome to come in and ask any kind of questions. We are accessible through our social media and website. There is nothing actually hidden.
Fantastic. It sounds like you guys are very dedicated, but that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
This is Torres' last semester as LCSA president. He'll be passing the torch at the end of April.
Taking the leap into post-secondary education presents challenges for all students. For those who return after years away from the academic world, it presents even more. Mature learners who are identified as individuals who have taken 1 or more years away from school can be seen throughout the halls of Lethbridge College on a daily basis. Lethbridge College recruiter Megan Welby joined the team late in 2016. She says people may be surprised by the college's average demographic.
The average age of our student here at Lethbridge College is 25 years old. So we have about 6,000 enrolled students at Lethbridge College. Out of those 6,000, 4,000 of them are over 21 and 1,500 of them are over 31. So this number is just expected to grow over the next couple of years.
The college hosts multiple mature learner sessions throughout the year to give individuals an opportunity to get information on offered programs and services. The next session will take place later this year. Coming up after the break, we'll see how millennials are feeling about the prospect of having children, and later, how a worldwide squash competition has set down roots in Lethbridge.
I'm bored. What can I do to fill this time in my life? Downtown BRZ events page online. to see what's happening in Lethbridge.
Adopting cats was the best decision of my life. This is Rosie, and this is Grey Cat. Wonderful personalities of their own. They provide me with joy and love every day. Rosie here will do anything for a fresh bowl of food, while Grey plays in the yard most of the time. She'd rather be outside than inside. They really get along with my other animals, especially my dog Cody. They don't always get along, but sometimes you just gotta put them together.
Adopt a cat today at the Last Chance Cat Ranch.
Crime Stoppers and the Lethbridge Police Service need your help in solving a string of bike thefts in West Lethbridge. 2 bicycles with an estimated value of $3,000 were stolen. One, sometime between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. on July 17th, from a bike rack near the University of Lethbridge bus loop. The other, from the parking lot of Save On Foods on July 30th. A third bike, with an estimated value of $10,000, was stolen from outside the apartments at 65 Temple Boulevard West. If you have any information on this or any crime, please contact Crime Stoppers by any of these methods. Standard message and data rates may apply. Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 for information leading to an arrest. Remember, you will not have to attend court or testify, and you will remain anonymous. We want your information, not your name.
Spring is just around the corner. I can feel it. We start off in the minuses, but throughout the week, we'll start to see brighter and warmer weather. Thursday and Friday will be a steady slew of warmer days and sunny skies. As you can see, hopefully we'll be getting out of these boots and sneakers and into some sandals for spring. Make sure to get on those slopes before all the snow melts.
Thanks, Charisse. It seems millennials are always doing things differently. In fact, studies show that millennials are taking a new approach to many things, including having and raising families. Greg Bobinick reports.
Since the beginning of time, one of the main purposes for a human was to procreate, but the new generation of parents seem to be more hesitant when bringing a new life into the world. Lethbridge College student Robin D. Galang is one of the many millennials that is not planning nor wanting to have children.
I've always been taught that having kids is just the final point of a marriage or a relationship. And it's I don't necessarily believe in that. It's
Many millennials are like Robin. They're afraid of the price tag that comes along with raising a child. According to Statistics Canada, the average price of raising a child to the age of 19 runs you about $250,000, where about 30 years ago it was about $60,000 less. The average age of a first-time mom has risen too. In the 1970s, the average age was 23, where since 2010 it's been over 30. Although more young women are deciding to not have children, there are still some, like Taya Mikado, who still value having a full family, but is wanting to wait until she is settled and prepared.
It's really difficult, I understand, to have kids at a younger age because it's expensive and there's a lot of things that go into that. Usually people aren't mature enough to raise kids in a good way or a good healthy way when they're younger, but definitely having kids when I'm older and getting to share that experience with somebody and just doing it for myself. With the number of children per household dropping from an average of 4 in the 60s to only 1.5 now, it seems that some millennials are seeing more potential to go without, while others are being more prepared and decisive for when they bring new life into the world. Greg Bobinick, eNEWS.
Studies show that millennials are seeking out more life experience opportunities earlier in their lives before making a commitment to family planning.
In today's Top 5, Taylor Bloodworth is taking a look at the top 5 differences between millennials, baby boomers, and Generation X.
Here's my top 5 differences between millennials, baby boomers, and Gen Xers. Transportation. Many millennials are actually foregoing the ownership or leasing of a vehicle entirely and relying on a combination of Lyft, Uber, public transportation, and bike sharing. For Gen Xers and baby boomers, it is more of a supplemental service. Communication. Email and Facebook are favorites of Gen Xers and the boomers, while millennials are steering towards Instagram and Snapchat. While we still use Facebook, we prefer the more visual-based Instagram. Experiences versus material things. It is not uncommon to see millennials save up and drop $500 on a Coachella ticket or some type of trip. However, dropping $500 on a suit or some other materialistic item is a lot less likely for us. Shopping. Millennials not only buy clothing online, some now prefer to order their groceries online and have them delivered, while Gen Xers and Boomers prefer going to the store. Style. This is one of the bigger, more rapid changes between Boomers and Millennials. 50 years ago, it would be normal for most Boomers to be seen in what us Millennials consider business casual or formal wear. Now we go for the more hipster look, which obviously we don't all follow. In many cases, aka the man bun, the changes aren't for the better. But us Millennials, we do enjoy being comfortable. That was my top 5 differences between Millennials, Baby Boomers, and Gen Xers.
Thanks, Taylor. An old world religion has begun its resurrection in the lives of many Canadians searching for a belief system that molds with the changing world around us. Paganism has made a resurgence in modern culture, with some Southern Alberta residents taking on Wiccan ideology and reviving old practices. Lethbridge's Megan Miller is a reclaiming witch who practices regularly after experiencing the concept of Neo-Druidism in her youth. One of her meditation habits is to write down a desire and send it up into the world with the aim of having it fulfilled. Miller says it's up to the individual to pull the strings of reality. Miller says her power comes from within, and that as a pagan, she constantly challenges herself to better her practice by shedding ideas that are no longer relevant to modern society.
Our power comes from within. And I think it's sad that people feel that they would need to hide, because that goes against one of the core values of being pagan.
The second annual Pagan Cultural Festival will happen on May 1st at Galt Gardens.
On the local music scene, there's a new girl group in the works right now, and it comes from one of the most unlikely places. Dominique Charles sat down with alternative rock group Wits to talk about everything from inspirations to their start as a powerhouse group.
Bob Marley once said on the topic of music that when it hits you, you feel no pain. Wits is a collaborative group of 3 music-loving feminists who decided that their love of music and strong messages should be represented through their own poetic works, visuals, and lyrics. Wits is a group of powerful women creating pieces on a basis of many different subject matters. They talk about everything from boys in bars to horrible bosses to the importance of aliens.
And our next one, should we reveal is going to be a choose-your-own-adventure end of the world.
Some bands spend a lot of time talking like a lot of political issues and stuff, and I think that's very important, but I think that it's equally important to write about artificial intelligence.
Everyone's just sort of been pushed to this point where they want to have a voice now, which is awesome, and music's a great platform for that, because if you can get people laughing and dancing, then you can kind of impart some messages at the same time.
Wits has only been in the Lethbridge music scene for about a year now, but has seen hordes of people at their current sets ready to see what they have to offer. The band themselves says they truly love the way things are now and how they see the future of the band going.
I just want people to know that they can also have a band. Yeah. That I thought it was inaccessible, and it's hard because I am in my not early 20s, and I just wish that I would have had more opportunities when I was younger, and there is a lot right now to get involved with, and there's a scene here to support you if you want to have some shows and have a band.
Right now, with the chaos of their day-to-day lives and careers, the band is just spending time together doing what they love and enjoying every minute of it, making music for their Lethbridge audience and for themselves. 1, 2, 3.
We are Wits!
See, arf!
Dominique Charles, eNEWS.
The next slew of shows for the group will take place in May, and they'll have the chance to not only perform with other up-and-comers, but local bands who've already made a name for themselves. Still ahead, we take a look at the life of a college athletics manager, and later, what you can expect from the upcoming Cody Awards.
The Lethbridge Food Bank is here to help families and those in need. Life can be hard and people deserve a helping hand. They help approximately 700 households each month. That's over 50,000 pounds of food. Now more than ever, the Lethbridge Food Bank is in need of your donations. They even accept perishables, including meat and milk. Donate today and help the people in your community.
Volunteer Lethbridge is there to help you give back to the community. Volunteering is there to help you get more experience if you're lacking the skills department on your resume. We have many opportunities to volunteer, keeping you busy all year to be a staple in the Lethbridge community. Volunteer opportunities include kitchen cleaning, vision mates, Meals on Wheels drivers, community board members, cleaning and maintenance, voice drive, and so much more. Volunteer Lethbridge located on 324 5th Street South. Offices located in the Penny Building.
Crime Stoppers and the Lethbridge Police Service need your help in solving multiple incidents of arson. On Saturday, September 30th at around 2 a.m., a dumpster was set on fire near the old courthouse on 4th Avenue South, another shortly afterward behind Kerber Floors on 2nd Avenue South, and a third behind KFC on 3rd Avenue South. Also, a grass fire was started underneath the Crow's Nest Trail overpass on Marmograph Drive South. Reports claim that a young man was seen fleeing north from the area of the grass fire. Video surveillance also shows a native or black male wearing a dark sweater and shorts, ball cap, and white shoes leaving the area of one of the dumpsters at 2:10 a.m. If you have any information on this or any crime, please contact Crime Stoppers by any of these methods. Standard message and data rates may apply. Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 for information leading to an arrest. Remember, you will not have to attend court or testify, and you will remain anonymous. We want your information, not your name.
Being the manager of athletics, recreation services, and residence is no small task. Todd Coughlin has had the role at Lethbridge College for the last 4 years. I got the chance to dive deeper into his life. Todd Coughlin has been a staple in Lethbridge College athletics for some time now. After his time as a student athlete at the college, Coughlin turned to coaching. His coaching landed him in the States for a while before he was able to return to the college as manager of athletics, recreation services, and residence. Coughlin says he was always interested in returning to Lethbridge. He adds that this job is one he really enjoys.
It's a great way to live my life, and I'm glad I'm doing it. And very nice to be doing it back home, because if the one thing I could definitely say is I've been a Kodiak through and through.
Coughlin says he's had many exciting challenges during his time at the college. That includes planning the hosting of championship tournaments. Coughlin has been heavily involved with the basketball tournaments that the college has hosted the last 2 years. He says that hosting these types of events is something the college will continue to work towards in the future.
Just even the community realizes now we're at the point where we could be hosting 2, 3, maybe 4, if we really want to lose our minds, type of different championships every year.
Since coming into his role at the college 4 years ago, Coughlin has gained a lot of respect from his co-workers. Coordinator of Athletics and Recreation Services, Ada Larson, says Coughlin is one of the best people anyone could ever work with.
He trusts everybody, and so it's a good boss to have, basically, because he just kind of lets us do our own thing. He knows we're going to get the work done, and if we need help, then we'll ask.
Coughlin's work is never finished as he now shifts his focus to the Cody Awards happening next week.
This week on the Kodiak Report, Dominique Charles sat down with the LCSA's JP Gentile to chat about intramurals and how they act as a source of fun for students.
I'm Dominique Charles, and I'm here for the Kodiak Report with JP Gentile. JP? We're here to talk about intramurals today, JP. So I guess, how long have intramurals been going on at the college here?
I've been here 20 years, so they've been going on for 20 years, and just before that we started them.
Perfect. What sort of intramurals, I guess, are the most popular ones?
Ice hockey is the #1 intramural, followed by floor hockey and volleyball.
And what does it entail to sign up?
Not much, just come. We sign up individuals, we sign up teams. It's just another good way for students to get out of their comfort zones and engage with other students.
Perfect. Why are they important, if that makes sense?
I mean, the students are here for their academics and their well-beings, but it's just good to it's a nice stress reliever, and like I said earlier, it's just a good way for them to just get away from their classmates and engage with other fellow students.
Perfect. Is there any intramurals upcoming that we should know about?
We have a tournament coming up, a slow pitch tournament, and engages with 90 students. We have 6 teams, and we've been doing this for 20 plus years also.
Perfect. Is there any intramurals that you want to put into place for next year?
We are working on the Frisbee aspects of some intramurals, so we're going to try an ultimate Frisbee, I think, next September, as well as maybe a Frisbee golf, depending on Mother Nature and her cooperation.
Perfect. That's all the time that we have for today. Thank you, JP. This has been the Kodiak Report.
Thanks, Dom. And before we go today, the 4th annual Cody Awards are set to take place next week. Both male and female Lethbridge College Kodiaks will be recognized for their hard work in this year's season.
Now, by being here tonight, we know that you guys are all spectacular athletes.
Kodiak fans all over the country will have their chance to celebrate the accomplishments of their athletes next Thursday. This year's Cody's Awards will be given out to players and teams who achieved great success during their season. The Cody's originated 4 years ago when Athletics Director Todd Coughlin took over. Coughlin says it's great for the college to recognize its athletes.
It's so important because of the simple fact that they put basically their names on the line every single weekend, every single day, practice in the classroom to represent the college.
This year's event will incorporate some new features compared to years past. Coughlin says working with other programs will give the night a different look.
And one of the fun things about it is we changed the format of the awards banquet, which we got away from into the awards show.
One of the teams in the running for multiple awards this year is the men's basketball team. It was able to finish 5th place in this year's ACAC Men's Basketball Championships, and it has a member going up for Male Athlete of the Year. That nominee is second-year forward Keanu Funa. Funa had a strong season for the Kodiaks, finishing first on the team in scoring. He says the opportunity to attend the Cody's is surreal.
It's honoring, it's like humbling as well as it's just an exciting feeling to, I guess, like go through it, and I saw my name, and I don't know, that was just a really cool experience for me to be able to see that.
Funa's team is also being nominated for Best Comeback of the Year, along with Upset of the Year. Both of those awards have to do with games against the national champion State Trojans. Funa says he always felt as if his squad was capable.
Throughout the game, we kept it close throughout it and then just wanted it more in the end, and it was just an exciting feel throughout the entire time.
Funa will go up against volleyball player Dax Whitehead and soccer player Wilson Antigny for the Male Athlete of the Year award. So David, are you looking forward to taking part in this year's Cody's?
Absolutely. It'll be another great opportunity to spend time with the athletes and celebrate the great season that they had, and also a good experience for us as well.
Yeah, I agree with DCM really getting in there too. We'll have a good opportunity to really take part in the event.
Absolutely. That's all the time we have for eNEWS. I'm David Sellis.
And I'm Alex Groger. Thanks for watching.